Hey there! I'm hoping to do a couple of vlogs today ahead of the EU election results, which are all going to be counted on Sunday. So I went to vote yesterday. I went into the polling station at 5:30 in the evening, and it was really quiet. When I went there, I always ask them, I say, how's the turnout? And the gentleman said to me, I was the 142nd person to cast a vote that day. So, I mean, that's quite late considering the polling stations opened at 7. So I said, well, how many in, this area? And he said 1,200. So given that, 5:30 is nearing the end of the day, it's a very, very small amount. So I said, well, maybe people are going to come after work. So the lady behind me said, no, they won't. They definitely won't. She says, you can guarantee. She sounded certain. And a discussion ensued about the importance of the vote. And the lady behind me said that she was going to allow her daughter to go and just spoil the paper because she wanted to spoil her vote. So she said, I don't like any of them. Now that confused me because I thought surely you have a sort of opinion on whether you'd like to remain or leave, and surely you understand that this is a kind of referendum and you could go for Brexit or UKIP, Brexit Party or UKIP if you want to leave, and maybe any of the other parties if you wanted to remain. I saw it as a rather pointless process, and I thought the fact that she was going to allow her daughter to scribble on it, no offense, but it was kind of demeaning the election process and belittling it and turning it into, I don't know, a bit of a fiasco. I was kind of disappointed to hear that was what was going to happen. So I drove through all the polling stations in my area. All of them were incredibly quiet, and I would have said a lot quieter than they were at the locals. Ian R. Crane was talking to Gemma O'Doherty, and he was talking about how in London he had said he'd witnessed the polling stations were extremely empty, but he said in the rest of the country there was a lot of enthusiasm. So I think voter apathy might have a very big result on a big influence on us getting a slightly different result to what the polls are saying. The very ardent Remainers are probably going to go out there and vote Lib Dem, and the ardent Brexiteers are going to be voting UKIP and mainly Brexit Party, because I think people would rather go with the Brexit Party because of the momentum. But I think the polls are going to be a little bit different, and I think Labour and Conservatives could both perform a lot more poorly than is anticipated. Definitely the Brexit Party will be the winner, and possibly the Lib Dems, but the results could be a lot more interesting region to region. What it showed me as well is what Anne-Marie Waters says, that you can probably get elected, especially as a councillor, if you knock on enough doors, because with that level of apathy, it means the more excited voter base is going to come out and take it, which is very important for us to know as Brexiteers. Basically, get out there and vote. So many people are apathetic that it only needs a small amount of people to have an effect. So we'll see what happens. But as I say, I was really shocked at the low turnout, and I do hope that in certain areas of the country, it was a lot more. Okay.